Hi Gaon. I am Jackaro Turo, and on this channel I focus on Australian Aborigines, their languages, cultures, history, and so on. So, I am aware that in my first video about phonology, I may have given the impression that retroflex sounds are found all over Australia. Retroflex sounds, which are sounds that are produced with the tip of the tongue pointing backwards. And these are three widespread retroflex sounds. This is how we write them in the languages of Western Australia. So these are and t. Yes, well, now I need to set the record straight here. You see, these are not spread to all parts of the continent. Specifically, they do not occur here. In the languages of the Cape York Peninsula and down the East Coast. All of these languages, by the way, are Pama-Nyungan languages. These languages do have the two R sounds that we find all over the continent. So the one with the tip of the tongue pointing backwards, like in English, and the one with the tip of the tongue pointing forwards. This sound may be realized as a flap, in some languages, as a trill in other languages, and in yet other languages pronunciation varies depending on context. So it varies between the flap and the trill. Now, as you can see, I have written the names of three languages here. Gumbaynggirr of the central coast of New South Wales, so around here somewhere. This is still a living language. The other two, sadly, are not. So Warrgamay was spoken in this area on the coast of Queensland, and Angotimri was a language of the western central parts of the Cape York Peninsula. So if we look at the phonological inventories of these three languages, they all have these R sounds then. And the two southernmost languages here are identical in that they have apico-alveolar T, N, and L, and no retroflexes. Here, the phonological situation is, or was, more complicated. So in this language they also had the apico-alveolar T, N, and L. But they also had a pre-nasalized stop, apico-alveolar pre-nasalized stop, and I'm not going to try to produce one of those. I'm not at all sure I would do well. Anyway, the L existed only as an apico-alveolar phoneme. When it comes to T and N and the pre-nasalized stop, however, there were also dental phonemes. So that would be like T and N, with the tongue moved a little bit forward in the mouth. And there were post-alveolar phonemes also for the trills. However, it was pointed out in the grammar I read that these were post-alveolar but not retroflex. so the tip of the tongue was still pointing forwards. So that would be something like t, t, I think. I'm not sure I'm doing that correctly. Anyway, can people hear a difference between t and t? I find it very difficult both to produce and to hear such a difference. But if you're used to it, you can both produce and hear it. Yes, so no retroflexes. And as I said, this goes for all languages on the Cape York Peninsula and all the way down the East Coast, except for the southernmost language down here, where they actually do have retroflexes. But this will be all for today. So, see you later.